What is going on to all my MCU fans out there, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Elliot, and this is Movie Files. Today we are back discussing pivoting over to the spoilers of this Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. Again, spoiler warning, I'm pre-recording this video before it comes out, but if once you've seen it, go watch it, come back to this video, let's talk spoilers. But if you've seen it, you're in the right place. So this is my top 5 takeaways, top 5 spoilers I want to talk about with this special. Number 1, we open with the Yondu coming back, right? It's a flashback and it's a cartoon animated thing. I was at first a little bit nervous how they presented Yondu, because last time we saw him in Guardians 2, he sacrificed his life, and I'm like, why are they bringing it back, the bad days, the negative days on this character? But again, I like the payoff of when he ends up having a Christmas spirit, and the moment that he has with Peter was something that I really enjoyed. But also, I want to go back into that little animation thing. I always knew that Kraglin was a part of the Ravengers, and he's been a part of Peter's life since he was picked up on Earth, but I really like that dynamic that him and Peter have been friends for such a long time, which makes me unfortunately say this next portion. I think Kraglin is probably gonna die in the next Guardians film, just because, number one, him being his brother is James Gunn. He's moving over to DC. I think we're gonna see him end up dying in that next film. But again, I really do appreciate that relationship those two characters have, and I do think that Kraglin will probably end up dying in the next Guardians film that we see him. But over to my number 2 takeaway from this. I love the tie-ins to the first Guardians and just the greater MCU, and I'm referring to them now being operational managers or taking care of Nowhere. I love that tie-in, and that they're trying to clean it up, right? Especially since the last time we saw Nowhere was in Infinity War, and we know what Thanos did to that. So I love that they are bringing those elements back, and that they are now operating Nowhere, and I'm pretty sure that that's going to be an element in Guardians 3, that we're going to see them again taking care of Nowhere, and maybe seeing Adam Warlock or seeing High Evolutionary wrecking shop yet again for them. So I love, again, those tie-ins there. But also, speaking of tie-ins, we've seen Cosmos, the space dog, in Guardians 1 and 2, but now we can officially meet the dog, Cosmos, and who was voiced beautifully by Maria Bakalova, who you all might have known from the Borat films, or most recently this year, Bodies, 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 and Cosmos will be in Guardians 3. So I like Cosmos. I'm not going to sit here and stunt and act like I know everything about the character, but from the little bit of research that I did prior to shooting this video, I see that it's very powerful. There was one thing that I saw that said it was just as powerful, not as powerful, but kind of can play in the same ballpark with Adam Warlock. So very powerful dog, and I'm very excited to see how the dog Cosmos plays into Guardians 3, and hopefully we see more of that character after that film. But getting into my third point here, I thought it was so funny, and I thought it was also very interesting to see when Drax and Mantis land on Earth and they go to Hollywood. They see a fake Steve Rogers, and their reaction is saying, "Hey, Steve." Mantis in particular wanted to give him a hug, and he ran away because it's like, who are these people? I thought that was so interesting, because that just gives me the confirmation that the Guardians just like interacted with all the different Avengers when they were at Tony's funeral. So I would love a cut scene, or just like a flashback of seeing the Guardians having a conversation with Steve Rogers, because we saw Rocket having his interactions with the Avengers. We saw Groot talking to Steve in the Infinity War battle, but I would have loved to have seen what a conversation consists of with Drax, Mantis, and Steve Rogers. So I thought that was a nice little callback. And also, correct me if I'm wrong, from my Marvel heads out there, when they go to that Hollywood portion of LA, that was the same location as Iron Man 3 when Happy almost lost his life. I'm pretty sure that was the same location. So again, the tie-ins were pretty cool in this special. Which, speaking of tie-ins, I'm gonna need your help on this fourth part. Help me out in the comments here. There we get a big moment, which it's revealed that Mantis is the sister of Peter. Now, the thing that I need help with is going back to Guardians 2, and I haven't seen that film in a couple years, but refreshing my memory, the whole thing was Ego planned that he needed the power of 2 Celestials to expand himself to different planets, and I know that they revealed that he impregnated women across the galaxy. He hired Yondu to collect the kids, and if they weren't powerful enough, he killed them. So if Mantis was his daughter, and obviously he wasn't able to accomplish his goal with Mantis, why didn't he kill Mantis? Now, again, help me out in the comments. I'm pretty sure that they said in Guardians 2 that he she comfort him, because obviously she can put him to sleep and change his emotions. So I don't know if that's why he kept her and why he didn't kill her, but very interesting. Again, Peter and Mantis are siblings, which brings me to this very next point. I mentioned how I think Kraglин's going to probably die. I wouldn't be surprised if Mantis dies in Guardians 3, because so far the through line and the unfortunate through line to the first two Guardians is if you are a family member of Peter, you're going to probably die. His mother dies in Guardians 1, his dad dies in Guardians 2, and I think now his sister will probably end up dying in Guardians 3. I hope that's not the case, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Mantis, but I can see her maybe sacrificing herself for her brother, because again, Peter losing his family is a theme that we've gotten so far, and at least in the first two Guardians. So let me know what you all think about that reveal and what it could mean for Guardians 3, which brings me to my fifth and final point. The last thing I want to mention here, and it was my favorite element of this entire special, this moment. We're giving gifts to everyone, and Nebula is giving a gift to Rocket, and it is the gift that he wanted back in Infinity War, and that was Bucky's Wakandan metal arm.
How much for the gun?
Not for sale.
Okay, how much for the arm? Oh, I'll get that arm.
And that moment there was so great on so many levels. Number one, again, it's a callback to Infinity War, and it's also just knowing that Rocket likes to collect things, right? Eyes, arms, legs, limbs, all that stuff. So I love that there. But the true question I have for you all is, how the hell did she get Bucky's arm? Now, two things could be happening here. Number one, this is just a funny throwaway line. It's not canon. It's just something that they want to throw in there just to have fun with the characters, which I hope that's the case, because that brings me to my second point. If she got the arm, does that mean she stole Bucky's arm? Because last time we saw Bucky, he had his arm in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Also, the material, the promotional material for the Thunderbolts, he has that Wakandan arm, which then makes me think maybe he has multiple Wakanda arms, and maybe when they were at the funeral, she stole one of his arms. I have no idea. So again, is it canon? Did she steal Bucky's arm? Does he have multiple arms? And then also, will this be a story that we see, like he's missing an arm in the Thunderbolts and he has to go to Wakanda not only to do Val's mission and steal Vibranium, but to also get an arm again? Or do you all think it's just a silly joke that has no ties to the greater MCU? Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Again, I just wanted to talk about it with you all because I love talking Marvel, talking spoilers, and what you all thought about this Guardian, the reveals, and what it can mean for Guardians 3. If you stuck around to this point in the review, I appreciate you all so much. Before you all leave, just a friendly reminder to like, share, comment, subscribe. You all are awesome. Hope you enjoyed today's breakdown. As you can see on the screen now, come and join the community. Check out my other reviews for Marvel content. Check out my most recent review, and we'll catch you all on the next breakdown.